What is up, guys, and welcome to the Meeple Minded, the show where we've realised that James's true superpower is dodging podcast recordings more effectively than a rogue in D&D. My name is Jason.
And I'm Ant, and yes, just as again today, because it's James apparently is allergic to recording and schedules. Seriously, the man owns 2 games, plays them once a year, and still can't make it.
It's so true. It's so very true.
Oh, it's true.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Now, I guess normally at this point, Ant, we would, or James more importantly, would probably undoubtedly chime in with some kind of witty banter, or more likely we would just rip into him about only having 2 games and
Pretty
somehow
much
contributing to these top 5 lists. But yeah, we've decided to be a little bit more professional, much the same as we did last time.
You serious?
And therefore, we're going to go to our Meeple menu and see what we've got cooking this week.
First up on the menu today, we have the setup phase, where we'll chew over the latest board game news and rumours.
Then we will be talking about some Meeple moments, where we share some of the stories from the games that we've actually managed to play these past couple of weeks.
And then finally, our main dish for today, the cardboard countdown. This week's theme is games I want to play but cannot get to the table.
Okay, so while there has been quite a lot of news, really, recently with regards to the tabletop gaming space, a lot of it tends to be either politically, connected in some way, so we're not really too interested about that. But there has been some little bbits of news that I've noticed popping up here and there that I thought we could just talk about. And one of them starts right here in the UK, which is that the BBC News has reported that the Royal Mint has released a set of special 50p coins celebrating Monopoly. Yeah, has to be that game, doesn't it, really? But, yeah, Monopoly's reached some kind of big milestone again, and I couldn't really care less. But board gaming is coming back into the forefront of the hobby, and really, being printed on a British coin is actually quite a big, it's quite a big thing here in the UK, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like the British tradition thing. I mean, you can't actually use these coins, but they're kind of like big collector's items at the end of the day, aren't they?
Exactly,
So,
and I think, I believe some of the sets that I've seen advertised for this is like 1,000 odd quid for like 3 coins.
For Monopoly.
It is, but yeah, it just is interesting why it's 50p and not a pound like it usually is. Really strange, but yeah, board gaming coming to the forefront of, I guess. I mean, you can't get more, like, commonplace, can you, than money?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which goes well with Monopoly in a way.
It does, yeah. It does. I mean, of all games that they could have picked, they had.
Of course it was going to be that, wasn't it? So
remind people of all those years of torment of, gaming with their family and what have you. So, yeah.
We've gone through those phases as
we
well.
have.
So.
We have. I'm literally therapy to get over games of Monopoly. How bad's that?
Yeah. Me too.
But how do you feel about us getting a Monopoly coin? Is it something you're going to be interested in?
No, I didn't think so. It's Monopoly, of course not. But like you said, it's good to get the board game thing going again. It's kind of could bring back old fans or parents of our age, like, oh, Monopoly. We used to play that when we were a family back at Christmas time and whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
It's kind of good.
The old parents might be buying these packs of Monopoly coins, and then in, however many years' time, they get left to you in the will.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, oh my God.
What am I going to do with all this Monopoly money that I
can't
can't actually spend?
Yeah, it's not like an actual box of Monopoly where you can just chuck it on the fire and enjoy the flames. You don't want to do that with these coins because they're actually worth quite a bit of money.
But it'd be cool if they get to like go on and then we get Cluedo ones or Battleship ones, or if they do come out, I would definitely do this Hero Quest coins.
Oh yeah,
100% take that.
That would be so cool. Can you imagine? Like Games Workshop would just be sitting there rubbing their hands together, even though they're not involved in it anymore, going, "Oh, I can smell a lawsuit."
It's all about the broadsword coin, Jason. The broadsword.
The broadsword.
Broadsword.
But yeah, so Monopoly coins coming out. I guess they're out. You can go and buy them now if you so want to. So this one, Ant, this is more one for you, I think.
Okay.
The new standalone physical card game of Gwent is now officially released.
Yes.
So this is, I mean, you know a lot more about the card game
Yeah.
than I do. We talked to Hachette while we were at UK Games Expo about the game.
Rob,
It was really, really good fun. But this is the card game that's in The Witcher 3, but it's now come out as a physical card game, and people are very happy about it. It looks like it's got about 400 cards, 500 factions, all that jazz. The real question here, though, Anne, is where did you buy it from and how much did you pay for it?
So I haven't actually bought it yet.
Oh,
because hear me out.
Whoa.
Hear me out. I have been really waiting for this, and I have had my pre-order ready to go and to buy. But then all of a sudden, 2 weeks before the pre-orders were going to be complete, Magic Madhouse has decided they're going to be releasing the Ultimate Deluxe wooden box set for it, which will have everything in it for the mad price of £250. So
No, you didn't do it.
So the Ant-Man has pre-ordered that instead.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's how much I love Gwent. I friggin' love it that bad.
I don't know much about the super special edition. What's in it?
So
justifies
so basically it's a beautiful laid out box.
Yeah.
That is obviously handcrafted to look very medieval type. But obviously the game comes with folded out playmats, but you can actually buy neoprene playmats.
Yep.
This one actually pulls out the shelves to connect and make into a massive, beautiful wooden map for it and stuff. Obviously, all the deluxe components and stuff, every single faction card into one box as well. So it is literally the bee's knees all in one big box. Go back and listen to our big box edition episode. Again, hopefully Jason will find it and find a stock photo of it somewhere, place it where James would be sitting. And yeah, Magic Madhouse is doing pre-orders. If you are interested in the deluxe edition of Gwent.
Nice. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. I must be honest. I can't say I'm surprised.
Don't ask how I can afford it, but apparently it's not due out till first quarter of next year. So
you've got to wait.
So I have to wait. Yeah, it's not going to be out anytime soon.
Now I can actually say I am genuinely amazed that you haven't bought the normal copy to play it.
No.
To then sell when the new one turns up.
No. Just I want to wait because I know it'll be worth the wait, and that box set is beautiful. Okay. The box itself does look amazing. So.
I must admit, I can't actually fault you on that at the minute, considering the distilled campaign is currently running, and I've just spent a lot of money on the special box.
Oh, the barrel box or cast box, that does look good.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. Shouldn't really have done that, but
it's a storage box, though, right?
It is
for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's why I had to.
You'd be stupid not to. Come on,
cocktail shaker as well. You know, I love my cocktails. Doesn't matter though. I've got like 4 cocktail shakers already, but you know,
it's official distilled.
It is. It says distilled on it, therefore it's better.
But if you want to know why he got the big box set, go back and listen to a big box set edition episode. Insert here somewhere again.
Yeah, watch me forget to do that. All right, so let's go on to our final news story. This is one from ICV2, and they are reporting that Asmodee has created a new kid-focused, game. It's not really a publisher, but it is like a section where they're going to be taking, I guess, classics and reworking them so that they're young person friendly.
That's pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really, really good idea.
It's a no-brainer today. If they're trying to get younger people into the hobby and stuff, I think it's a fantastic idea because now we can go, oh, you played this? Now let's try this, the younger version of it. I mean, they've done that with something like Panic Castle and stuff like that, didn't they?
They did,
all the other ones. So it's a no-brainer. I mean, I'm all for it at the end of the day. I'm all for people getting more into the hobby, and especially if it's younger children and stuff as well. So
100%. And I mean, obviously, I think you're going to start by seeing things like Catan and that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Where they're going to be coming out a bit, and getting them into that a bit earlier, which I guess is kind of cool, makes sense. I'm not really like when it comes to Asmodee though. I don't really think of all games that the family wouldn't understand.
No,
so if this is going to be solely based on games that they already have, not so sure it's needed. But I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
These are the masters of things like Dobble and that. So yeah, we'll see what's going on. But that is that's the 3 things I decided to pick up on the news. Nothing super serious.
But still news nonetheless.
But still news. So, should we talk about some games we've been playing or some moments that have happened in games that we've been playing recently? Because I know you've been playing some games. I have also been playing a game. I've played one game over the past couple of weeks. One game that I could talk about anyway. The rest are prototypes that I'm not allowed to talk about at the minute. But yeah, what have you been playing recently? Anything that's happened that's interesting?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a bunch of stuff. I've been slowly getting back into getting some free time now to actually play some more stuff. But I'll just highlight one this week, which is one of my favorite games ever. But again, funny enough, it's going to go with the topic of the episode. It's a game that's been on my shelf for a good couple of years, and I finally got it back to the table for a good 2-3 times now, which is Foundations of Rome.
Oh, okay.
So I've introduced this to my friends at Legends of Podcast, and go check them out. A great podcast. They really love it. They've played this a few times now, and I've finally got my brother-in-law and my sister to play it as well. And my parents have actually played it as well now. Nice. So, and everyone loves it. Everyone's had a great time with it. And I'm just glad that I've been able to get this back to the table a few times now. You know, just dust it off and actually get it back. It's because it's quite an intimidating big box, if anyone knows what Foundations of Rome is. So, yeah, that's the one I've been playing a lot this week.
Very nice, very nice. And that's a really good game to play as well.
Yes, definitely.
I think I've only played it once or twice, but I really enjoy playing that game.
A game I've missed as well.
See, while I haven't been playing very much recently, you did send me some pictures of your gaming session the other day. You've had some games turn up as well, which I'm very interested in getting to the table very quickly. You obviously rubbed it in that you managed to get a game of Ready, Set, Bet.
Oh, yeah, yes.
To the table.
Sorry,
as well.
yes, yeah.
Now, I totally understand if you didn't want to talk about that. That's fine.
No, I completely forgotten, honestly. But no, Ready, Set, Bet, a game, again, it's been around for ages, isn't it? I'm not the biggest fan of racing games and stuff, but I was trying to get something to get family members into the gaming aspect of it. We've played Long Shot. I've owned Long Shot. And Long Shot's a great game, which is more dice and drafting, isn't it?
Yes.
Roll and write, if you will, sort of thing. Whereas this one is literally you are on a betting table, like casino style, betting on horses while someone actually rolls dice for the horses for you. Very clever mechanic, very easy to play, very intimidating to look at, but it's a lot of fun considering it's 4 races. I think it's done in 30 minutes. Whoever has the most money in 34 races wins. A lot of fun. Great.
Very good. Very good. I want to play that so bad.
We will. We'll get it to the table. Once James shows up, we can do it.
Since I've played that game, I've completely forgotten how to play it, if I'm completely honest with you. But yeah, it just sounds really, really good. But yeah, the game that I've been playing quite a lot recently was actually a game I was sent by Tabletop Games blog. He sent me Unfringed Games' other game that's being crowdfunded very, very soon in the same campaign as Fetching Feathers, which is a 2-player game called Dot.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is a very, very quick 10-minute game.
Okay.
It's a very small box of cards. It's like 18 cards per player. And you are playing, you'll have 6 cards in your hand. You're playing 3 of them to your own personal I'll say tableau.
Play area.
Then one into the central board as well, and then all revealing at the same time. Okay. So I reveal my cards, you reveal your cards, and then we reveal all 6 of the cards that would have been placed into the middle.
Okay.
And then there's 3 sections on the card. There's a blue section, a black section, and a red section. All got individual. They're called dots, but they're faces. On those things. And then for rounds 1 and 3. You gain a point for having the most or the biggest difference in a individual color.
Okay.
So for example, red, I've got 3 dots, you've got 5 dots, and in the center of the board is 6 dots.
Okay.
So I would actually win that because from the 6 down to the however many I said I had, was it 3?
3, yeah.
3. So I've got 3 difference, whereas you only had 2.
Okay.
Whereas if you'd gone over and say you were on 10 and you've got 4 dots, you would win.
Okay.
You've got the most.
Yeah.
And then in the middle round, total opposite, it's you win that color or that point if you have the least amount of difference.
Okay.
Between them. The first person to get to 5 triggers the end of the game. That's it. They win. Or if you get through 3 rounds and there's still no winner. It's whoever's got the most points at the end of that.
Okay.
Round. It's very, very quick and simple.
I was gonna say it's very, very
I've probably
simple by the
done
sound
a
of it.
really poor job of actually explaining that, but
I've never even heard of it, so it's quite intriguing to hear something about it.
As I said, we're talking the quick 10-minute punchy game,
And it's 2-player only.
2-player only. I'll probably run you through this when we're when we finish it today, to be fair. But it's a really, really interesting game. I really had a great time playing it multiple times on Monday night when I played this with a couple of the members. They all seem to really enjoy it, and I think it's going to be quite a cheap game when it comes on to crowdfunding, because it will be the lesser of the two games on there, and I believe they're going to do some kind of deal if you buy both. But
okay,
here's what it is. I'm going to be backing both. Let's put it that way.
Nice.
They're both very interesting to me. So that, I mean, we're smashing through this, absolutely smashing through it, which is great, because now we get to talk about our cardboard countdown. And now, this one's an interesting one. Now, I'm not going to lie. This one might be somewhat inspired by your good self.
Oh, okay.
Because you sell a lot of games, right? And whenever oh my God, why did you sell that? And you're like, well, it never gets to the table.
Yeah.
Why? Why does it not get to the table, Ant? That's what I want to know. Now, I also know that I've got games that I struggle to get to the table.
Yeah.
Right? For a myriad of different reasons. So there's always a good reason, I would say, that games don't get to the table. But I wanted to know what your top 5 games are that you want to play, but you just can't
get them,
and why. And I think that's an interesting list.
It is. And
It was a
you're
lot
quite right.
harder, actually, than I thought it was going to be to write.
You are quite right. I mean, for me, it kind of was easy because there's literally, I had 3 straight away, but there was only 2 left over. I had to have a bit of time thinking of it, but you're quite right. Every time I sell something, you're like, and why? Doesn't come to the table. Yeah. So I'll explain why in a minute. But no, it's a very unique idea for a top 5, and I think it'll be pretty good, this one.
Yeah, I hope.
I'll be interested to hear yours anyway. So,
well, yeah, like I said, I probably shot myself in the foot by forgetting to write the damn list until we were already sat here.
But you had the list anyway, so
I had a list somewhat ready. But I know you're going to say some games from your collection. I'm going to be like, I wish I'd added that.
In fact, all of mine aren't in my collection.
Oh, okay.
Maybe one. I mean, it's kind of a cheat. One of my things. Oh no, tell a lie. 2 are in.
Okay.
2 will be in mine.
Okay.
So I'll technically say one of them is, but the other one is as well.
Fair enough.
But 3 of them aren't.
But yeah, are you ready to go to this? Then it's not really a top 5, is it? It's just 5 games we wish.
Let's make it a top 5.
Let's make it a top 5. Five. All right, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the countdown.
Okay, so starting off this list, I'm going to volunteer to go first because James isn't here for me to torment and force him to go first. So, time for me to go first. And the first one I'm going to go for is probably one that I've mentioned many, many times, that I love this game and I wish I could play it all the time. And generally, there's only really one person that I ever get to play this game with, which is actually yourself, Ant.
Oh, okay.
And we don't play it anywhere near as much as I think both of us want to play.
Okay.
Now, the main reason this game doesn't come to the table is the setup is a ball ache. And that is, of course, Marvel Legendary.
That's on the list.
That is it. Wow. It made it onto the list mainly because I absolutely love this game. I love it, and I would genuinely play this game every single day. It's still one of my favourite games of all time. It's without doubt my favourite deck builder of all time. But yeah, it never gets to the table. You know, we played it, I guess, not that long ago,
Only because we were in like the Marvel enthusiasm at the time.
Yeah,
we just saw Fantastic Four, so like, let's play this afterwards. But
exactly. But prior to that, when did we play it? Months before that.
No, we always mention it, but we never actually get it back to the table.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And why? Why doesn't it get to the table? It's because of the setup, right? The setup of that game is an absolute nightmare, you know. The core box, not so bad, but once you've got all of that bloat of all the expansions, which you really do want in, especially in a game like Marvel Legendary, and I still don't own all of the expansions, which really annoys me, but you know, it is. It's still a ball to set up, and I love that game so much. I wish it could see the table more.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I just never can. I can't get it to the table. It has to be played here because I've got so much of it. It's a nightmare to transport. So that immediately limits me down because I can't play it on my normal game club nights. I can't take it to other game clubs. It's kind of been relegated to only ever being played here in the studio. And therefore, the only people that are here on a daily basis is obviously myself and my partner. She loves the game as well. But again, we both work. We're old. And yeah, we're tired a lot.
Yeah. Even though some of them are basic to what character should be who, you still need to plan out your villains, your sidekicks, your twists, your schemes. There's a lot to do. Bystanders, your hits, your hit points as well. Everything is always a deck of cards. It's not that easy to go, all right, we can just put that there. Yeah, I can see why it's made the list, but yeah, it is a ball ache to set up. I'm not going to lie.
It is, which is such a shame because, like I said, it is a great game. But, you know, there's not a lot anyone can really do about it.
No?
You know, it is what it is. I'm sure we'll play it again very soon. Much the same as most of the games on here. It's probably reinvigorated me to want to play these games and put in the effort to play them a bit more. But, yeah, that's my first one.
Good pick,
Legendary.
It's a shame it doesn't get to the table. We will do it, though.
We will.
We will.
What about you, sir?
Right, so my pick for the first one is going to be a franchise that is quite well known and does have kind of a big community to it. I'm just in the wrong place at the wrong time for this type of game, but my number 5 is Dice Throne.
Oh, yes.
So
it's a recent sell for you, wasn't it?
Well, this is it, exactly. So I have probably owned every type of Dice Throne there has been, whether it's the season 1, 2, or the Adventures, the Marvel ones, the X-Men ones. I don't know what it is about this game. I just don't think this is a game that attracts people or the right people or the people that I want to play it.
Yeah.
Because people see it, it's literally just a menu of characters, specific characters, if you will. They have their own dice, and you roll dice, and you look at the board to go, it will match this to do a thing to another player. Yeah. So it's basically, it can be 2-player, best at 2-player, but you can go up to 6 with this thing. And it's Dice Throne is one of those ones where, again, I play with a bunch of friends, Legend Podcasting to you guys again. They are huge fans of Dice Throne. So every time there's a Kickstarter, they always buy it out and they buy the full works. And when it comes, it gets delivered, we go at it. And it's a great night. It's a good atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
But ever since that, I've kind of like, or maybe my group will like it, or yourself will like it, or James will like it. And every time I've got it there, people are looking and going, I don't think I've felt the presence of like, oh, I don't really want to play this. This isn't my sort of thing. I just don't want to. I don't know what it is. Just this game alone. I'm not getting the vibe that people actually want to play it, and I don't want to force people to play games at the end of the day. So I'd rather they just say no. Like when they were at Expo this year, I was super excited because Dice Throne has never come to the UK ever. So when they actually came here, I was all out, and I bought a couple of things there. I bought some playing mats. I bought some X-Men editions and whatnot. And X-Men being my favorite Marvel part of the universe, I was so ready for this. But then it just never came to the table, and I literally don't know why. I kept mentioning it to people, but we'll play it, and it just didn't. So do you know what? I'd rather just get rid of it, make some money, and buy something else that will come to the table. So it's a darn shame because it is a very, very fun game when you actually get into it and stuff. I can understand that there are characters that are quite difficult for people to follow, which is fine. That's why there's a rating system on there. But I think at the time, I bought the first edition when it was during COVID. And if you ever know what Dice Throne is, it comes in small trays per character. Yep. So they're quite portable. You can take them with you and stuff and have quick games with. But now as it's gone on, I think a lot of people have decided to go away from Dice Throne And I don't think they should have because it is quite a good game. But yeah, that had to go on the list because of that.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. And it is a shame because, again, this was a game, you're not wrong. You picked this up at UK Games Expo. We played it.
We did play it, yeah.
Games Expo. And I think, because if I remember correctly, it was me, you, and James that ended up playing it. And I don't recall it perfectly, but I do remember I played Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I remember winning very easily.
Yeah.
In the game. And it just sort of, I won't say it left a sour taste in my mouth, but it kind of left me wondering because I was sitting there going, this doesn't seem balanced.
Yeah.
Or even remotely close to being balanced for someone who's playing Wolverine.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, thematically, that's spot on.
Yeah.
You know, Wolverine is pretty damn powerful and doesn't really die. But it doesn't work in game form.
But this is the issue with a dice game. If you have good dice rolls, you are going to obliterate people. It's like playing Pinnacle R dice. If you've got great dice rolls of that, you've won that in 4 turns, essentially.
100%, yeah.
So, yeah, again, it's all a gamble with how good your dice roll is at the end of the day.
Yep.
And I think, like you said, if you have good dice rolls, it's over quickly. And if you're playing with 6 people and you're eliminated, you're out of the game. You can't come back in or anything. So you're absolutely right. So it's just a gamble of it. But yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a shame. Really, it is an enjoyable game. I'm not going to lie. It is an enjoyable game. I would definitely have played it again. But I can see the issue. I can definitely see that people will be less inclined to go for it because, especially if you're talking about Marvel games, there is a abundance of Marvel games out there, and that one is probably the most lacking in theme.
Yeah,
let's be honest. Dice Throne having the Marvel license was great, but it was just Dice Throne with Marvel slapped on top of it.
And complete utter randomness of characters. It's like you said, the X-Men, okay, that's fine, but the actual Marvel edition is just a weird bunch of characters. It's not like it's the Avengers themselves or anything. It's like there's Miles Morales and Doctor Strange. Why couldn't it be actual Spider-Man? Maybe it's a licensing issue. I don't know, but it's just...
Yeah, I'd imagine it's something along the lines of, these were the slightly cheaper
there we go.
alternatives. If
you're not going to go all out for Marvel, then why go for it in the first place? But yeah.
It's kind of like when you think about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when they did Iron Man first. Right now, for anyone to say that Iron Man isn't an A-list superhero is insane.
Yeah.
But back then, Iron Man was. I don't even think.
But that's the thing in the comics.
He was B-list.
That's what I'm saying. In the comics, he's the B-list guy.
Yeah.
He was never the big guy he was in the movies, but they pushed it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you can only imagine because obviously it wasn't Marvel Universe at the time.
Yeah.
So it was probably a cheaper.
It was
license.
just Iron Man, wasn't it? Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. But yeah, it's a shame that Dice Throne couldn't do that with the Marvel Universe. But hey, they tried.
Yeah. No, I agree. And so shame that it's gone. I would probably play it again if we ever get the chance, but I can understand why.
Yeah,
why
exactly.
Yeah. Now my number 4 is an interesting one. I'm actually going to choose to do Marvel Crisis Protocol.
See,
so this
never played it. I know of it, never played it.
So this one isn't a board game per se. It is a tabletop skirmish game.
You're going for the Marvels today, aren't you?
Well, yeah, indeed. I think this is my last Marvel, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Marvel Crisis Protocol. This was a shame because it was the last war game I played properly.
Okay.
And I really, really enjoyed it. I said at the time, and I probably still stick to it, that it's one of the best tabletop skirmish games I've ever played.
The one you said there's a display case of all the minis inside it. Yeah, you went all out for that.
I did. And that kind of leads me on to talking about why it just never saw the table. It never really picked up much in this area, right? It did pick up, and people played it all over the place, but in this area, it wasn't huge. And I was proper championing to get this game bigger, and because I had everything, I was even sort of saying, look, I don't need you to buy stuff.
I'll do it for you. Just play.
I've got the models. I'll give you the models. Just learn to play the game and play me, But yeah, even that just wasn't enough to get people interested in the game. And you got to think this was when Marvel was huge, right?
Yeah.
Everyone loved it. You know, you couldn't go a day without Marvel releasing a brand new movie. You know, it was a good time. It was a very
Marvel at its peak,
time.
if you will.
Marvel at its peak, without a doubt. And again, why didn't it take up? Because unfortunately, it was horrendously expensive.
Oh, okay.
To get into that game, and you know, me and James used to joke quite publicly, in fact, that you know, Atomic Mass Games were the one and only company in the world that would go after Games Workshop's pricing and sort of go, you're not charging enough. We're going to charge more. You know, Games Workshop have always been one of the companies that like to go, oh yeah, we charge a crazy amount for our plastic, but Atomic Mass just take it to a whole new level. And I think that was to their detriment, to be honest with you, for both Star Wars Legion and Marvel Crisis Protocol. They were releasing so much stuff.
Still releasing stuff, isn't it?
I think they are still going. But yeah, when you're sort of looking at packs of 2 models and that's setting you back £30, that's a lot for 2.
Plus assembling and painting
for 2
and stuff,
miniatures,
right?
you know what I mean? And it just, it was too expensive for most people's blood. And no matter how good the game was, I just could not get it to the table. I still own it. It's still here. But
and I keep asking to play it, but
honesty,
I think the enthusiasm for you is like, do I really want to go through all that and setting up and explaining as well is another thing for you.
And it's another one of those things that I'd have to relearn the game as well, because it's been years.
Wow.
Since I've played that game now. So I think the last game of that I played was probably pre-pandemic.
Okay.
So a lot of years has passed since I last played that game. Which is a shame. I really do like it. I still maintain what I said before. I think it's one of the best war game, tabletop miniatures games of all time. And I enjoyed it far more than I ever enjoyed Warhammer, which, considering I have been involved in that hobby, you know, over 30 years of my life. So
well, that's a shame. But I would be totally up for it if you're up for teaching the rules. Because it's been out for a couple of years now, but I've been quite interested in trying to get or play Star Wars Scatterpoint.
Yep.
Which is very much the same thing, but with Star Wars.
Yes.
But again, it's that puts me off it, is the money towards it and people actually getting to play it, because I don't know what the count is for Marvel Crisis Protocol. Is it 2-player game or?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a basic war game. So two people.
So Scatterpoint's the same, and again, I really want to give that a go, but I don't know if I have the time, nor money, or even the push to try and get people to play something probably they don't really want to play either. So
yeah, exactly. And I don't think that game has got to quite the same heights as Marvel did, because Star Wars Legion already existed, which is the bigger battles. And again, that was another thing that proved Atomic Mass were a problem to me, was actually when they released that in a different scale to Star Wars Legion, which is another one of their games, but they released it in a different scale so that you had to buy more miniatures. You couldn't just use the same miniatures across the 2 game systems. Even Games Workshop don't do that. They want you to buy miniatures to use across multiple systems, because then you're only playing their games. It's a very good business. I mean, hell, Games Workshop have an army which, you know, the demons, the Chaos Demons, work in 3 of their games. And they only have 3 games. It's literally an army designed to work in all of them. So you only have to buy 1 army and you can play all the games. It's crazy. It's such a shame.
And again, that's what puts people off the hobby as well, or the game as well. If they're having to fork out even more money to keep going with it, it's just I can understand why it's on there, mate.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I used to sing Atomic Mass Games praises. I mean, if you go back in the podcast, me and James did one. I think it was when X-Wing and Armada were taken under.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that episode.
And in that episode, you will have me singing the praises of Atomic Mass Games, and I couldn't have had more of a U-turn with their business practices since that acquisition. It's a tough one. I was so close, so tempted to actually arrange for an interview of sorts when we were at UK Games Expo, because obviously they were there.
They were there, yeah.
But the truth is, I don't think it's a wise idea, because
you would have grind your gears.
It would have grinded my gears. I probably would have said things I shouldn't really say. I would have burnt a lot of bridges. It's not really worth it.
And you would have been blacklisted by them.
Probably blacklisted by them. And again, I don't want to do that because they're bringing something to the hobby, right? I don't have anything against them personally. It's just for me, and for evidently a lot of people, it's too expensive. It's not worth the investment. Unfortunately, I could never get Marvel Crisis Protocol to the table. And being honest, when I was sitting here looking at my games just now, I see the box up there, and it depresses me to this day that I still can't get it to the table. For multiple reasons. One, because there's no one that wants to play it. Two, I got to try and relearn the rules, and is it worth that time investment? I think that's where I draw the line and say, no, it's not. So Marvel Crisis Protocol is my number 4.
Good pick, sir. A game I would love to play if you ever have the time. All right, so my number 4, I had a choice between 2 different games on this one.
Okay.
And I have picked a final one.
Okay.
But my game is going to be based around app-based games.
Okay.
There we go. See? Exactly. That's the reaction I got straight away. So my number 4 will be the Mansions of Madness series.
Okay, yeah.
So a series that I absolutely love, being big into Cthulhu and stuff. This was a game that I was introduced by friends, and to me was the first time I was introduced to an app-based board game.
Yeah.
Which I thought for me at the time was incredible, because I never knew this sort of thing existed. I knew people use like apps for like voiceovers or stories in board games and stuff, but for an app to tell you what to do, how to do it, and where to go and stuff, I thought it was fantastic. So I bought it, got my friends into it and stuff, and we finished the core box, which is fine. But then when people want to play more, you've got to buy the add-ons, the other box sets and stuff. And not only that, when you buy the add-ons, you still have to buy the story on the app as well. So not only are you forking out money for expansions, minis, extra dice sets as well, you've got to buy the app stuff as well. Now, the only thing that really grinded my gears and probably brought a downer to us playing this game from now on is the fact that the app doesn't tell you where you're going straight away. Like, it doesn't tell you your map straight out. Yeah. So it'll say, place a tile, place your minis here, then that's it. Until you place your character onto a certain area and explore the next bit, then the app will tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Now, here's the kicker. If it's a specific story in a specific box set, it won't just use that one box set. You have to take, it might be tiles from the core box, as well as that one. So you have to like constantly go through your box or boxes to find a one tile to place on there, then place your minis, then to find the other minis that could be a villain from a different box set or another one. It is such a nuisance of a mismatch of like, I've got to go here and got to go here and stuff. If the app would just simply say, right, this is the components, this is what you need, put them aside
already. Yeah.
And you never do with these games ever. And it was such a turn. It was an annoying point where it put off people playing it.
Yep.
Especially my friends. Probably a friend would play with me, but Mansions of Madness, I do not think is built for 2 players. It's for 3 or more. I think it goes to 5 in total, but for 2 players, no. So in the end, I ended up selling them all, which is a shame because I never really wanted to like sell them. I do enjoy them. They're very interesting stories, especially if you can get the group to, you know, cooperate with everyone and stuff, because it is a co-op game at the end of the day. But the sheer nuisance of going from one box to another box to another box, even to just get a tiny token, is ridiculous. It's like, all right, which box am I getting it from? It doesn't say on the app. So you have to go through all these boxes to find it. Just, utter chaos. And it just puts such a downer on the game and the experience and stuff. And it deserves more than it should. And it's probably why I've never come to the table ever again.
Yep. Yeah, it is a shame because, again, it is actually a very good game. I'm not a huge fan of app-based games. We all know this. I don't hide that. And when they announced the Mansions of Madness app, it was, I mean, it put me off of the game.
Yeah.
And I previously enjoyed Mansions of Madness, but the problem was as soon as that app came out, everyone wanted to use it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and even I could see from the outside, it's like, that app is awful
Yeah.
for those exact reasons
Yeah.
that you've mentioned. It's like, well, there's no, the app is, all right, I'm going to say it, the app is cool for what it can do.
Yeah.
But the fact that, the app is there to help you become immersed in the game. How can I be immersed in the game if I'm immersed and then I'm basically sat there waiting while person running the game is now rummaging around in a box?
There you go.
I'm immediately pulled out of that immersion, and all right, it's quite pathetic, but my game is ruined.
Yeah.
I want to be immersed in the game and stay immersed into the game until the culmination of said game, and then be like, that was a really cool game. I want to play that again.
Yeah.
Not, that was a cool game, but oh my God, that app was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
It ruined my game. It took extra time doing this, extra time doing that. That's not what an app should be doing in a game. And I can see why people would be put off playing the game. And, I have to apologize because obviously the likelihood you would ever get that to the table with me or our group of our gaming group is pretty minimal because I would sit there, no, thanks.
Totally get it.
And it's a shame, I probably would play that game again if we weren't using the app.
Yeah.
But again, do you want to do it? The whole point is they're supposed to make it easier for you, and it just doesn't.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played it, so if the app has updated now, apologies in advance if it does. Yeah. But at the time when we were playing it, it was just an utter, like you said, it's like, right, look for tile 17B. Wait, right. Which box is it? Right. Yep. So I can totally see what you're saying about, you get into it, and the next one you're like, well, now we've got to wait for the next tile to go, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
like you said, the easiest way to fix it was just tell me up front what I need.
Absolutely.
I don't need to know what's on those tiles. I don't need to know any of that. Just tell me what tiles it is, what the bits I need. I'll put it aside so that, all right, now find this tile. Right, cool. There it is.
yeah.
Couple of seconds, that's fine. That's not a problem. But yeah,
It's probably why
time out of a game is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's probably why I love Cthulhu Death May Die, because you get the box and then it tells you get these tiles from this and that already straight there.
Yep.
Whereas this one, because the app's trying to load everything up and trying to immerse you, like I said, it takes time and it takes longer. So yeah, is it kind of a setup phase? Maybe, but it's also the app doing that part, which is the nuisance part of it.
Yep.
Hence why I'll never come to the table anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a shame.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they've updated it since
Most possibly.
then, but that's just what it is. That's why we don't get it to the table.
This is it.
Because you don't own it anymore. So that's a good reason not to get it to the table.
There we go.
Right, okay, so what are we on now? Number 3?
Number 3.
3, okay. So my number 3. This one is going to be somewhat of a cheat.
Okay.
Now, what I actually wrote down is still valid, but I'm also going to throw in a couple of other mentions into it. So the one that I wrote down was actually the Jurassic Park Legacy game.
This nearly made my list. I'm not going to lie. This nearly made my list.
Now, that one made the list, and I will talk about why it made the list, but I'm also now going to put in Flashpoint Fire Rescue Legacy of Flame, which
is a legacy
just
game.
off camera over here. It's a legacy game. So what I'm actually saying here is legacy games.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of legacy games, but there are some out there that genuinely interest me and that I would want to play. Now, our experience with legacy games is pretty minimal. We had the Jurassic Park legacy game. We started playing it. I think we did 3 sessions?
2, I think it was.
I think we did 2 sessions, but I think we did
one. 3 rounds. We had 3 rounds.
3 rounds,
2 sessions. Yeah,
over 2 sessions. And then we never touched it again.
Nope.
James
wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's funny he's not here. But yeah, this is the problem, right? This has always been the problem that I have with legacy games. Is once you start the campaign, even if it's going well, if you take a break, it's then quite difficult to get back in because you kind of have to try and relearn the rules. I mean, getting people together in one location at the same time, like, I don't know, 3 podcast hosts on a 3 podcast, thing, it doesn't always work, right? It doesn't always work. I had to get it in there. That might have also been why I put this in here, just so I could get that little dig in there. But anyway, getting a group of people together, working with everyone's lives so that everyone is available for an extended period of time to play a legacy game, to play a game, full stop, is hard enough. To have a legacy game where
you need a dedicated group.
You've got to have a very dedicated group to do that. And that's the problem. Me and you were happy with that game. Yeah. It wasn't the best game. I'm the first to say I don't think that game was actually that good. No, I was enjoying it, but it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I'll be honest, because again, I've played like Pandemic Legacy before, but I never really played it for long. So playing this, I was intrigued to try it again, Jurassic Park fan, whatnot. It was fine to start with, and I can understand why people bowed out, but I was still happy to carry on with it. But I was still uncomfortable because it was one of those games where we kept adding stuff to rule books as well. Like every time we open up an envelope, it's like, right, now add this rule in, now add that rule in. And but yeah, sorry, I'm taking a spot.
No, you're right. It's exactly what I would be saying. And the thing is, the experience I've had with that game has re-tainted my hatred of legacy games to the point that one of my favorite games of all time, Flashpoint, I absolutely love it. The legacy game was released. I bought into it against my better judgment. It's been sat up there ever since months now, and I don't want to open it because I don't want to start it. Because if as soon as I start it,
we got to finish it.
It's lost its value. I can't just sell it. I think you can reset it once, but when you're buying a legacy game off someone, you kind of want to know that there's a reset in there so that if you have the same issue, you can still do the game. So for me, that's probably going to end up on the sale pile because I'm just too nervous to start it.
Yeah.
If I can't even get 3 podcast hosts together on a regular basis, how am I going to commit to
a legacy game?
And then you've got the added thing of, well, I know that you and me will play games all evening, so we could probably do 3 or 4, games in one night. But if not everyone in that group is going to do that,
then that game just sits there for ages.
Exactly. And also that leads on to the next thing of, if you've got a game night, it's going to be 3 hours long. Do you want to sacrifice that entire game night to do 3 missions of a legacy game, or do you want to play 3 1-hour games? And more often than not, the answer is let's play 3 1-hour games. So yeah, Jurassic Park, the legacy game, but just generally legacy games that I'm interested in is my number 3.
Yeah, I'll be honest, this was so close to being my number 3 as well. I'm not gonna lie, because I sat there and thought about it. It's like we did have a bit of a bad experience with that game, I don't think it was the game's fault.
No,
I think it was just us with our experience of legacy games, because I'm not very familiar with them, and then we were scratching off things that we shouldn't have done, and we had to go back and redo that thing, didn't we, and whatnot. So yeah, it was a lot. But I can understand why it's in there, mate.
Yeah, and it's a shame because again, I was enjoying my experience enough to have seen the campaign through, and I remember saying to you at the time, is like we just need to smash through this. But then, of course, the second part of my thing of getting the entire group to 1, agree to it, 2, had agreed to it, had set a night in mind, and then an hour before, people that had agreed to it then didn't agree to it.
I believe James was literally put off by this game as well. And I'm not going to force him to play it either. If he doesn't want to play it, that's absolutely fine. I don't think we should do that anyway. I'm gutted we never carried on with it because Simon from Board Stupid has played this and said it does get better as it goes along. But it is what it is. We both had a bad experience with it. We got rid of it. It'll never come to table again.
Well, yeah, shame. It's a shame. What is your number 3, sir?
My number 3 was mentioned in our 2-player favourite board games of all time. It is my favourite 2-player game of all time, Star Wars Rebellion.
Okay.
Now, why it's on the list is at the time when I bought it, I never was really playing 2-player games at the time. It was introduced to me by a friend and we played it 2-player nights, but I never really at the time was getting groups of people, just of 2 people to play.
Yeah.
If I had a games night, it'll be 4 or more, 5 or more, 3 or more, whatever. It would never be just 2. And unfortunately sold the game because I think I played it once with a friend of mine and it just never got back to it. It's a very big thematic 2-player game. So again, you need the time and you need a player for it. But since we were going back and playing 2-player games recently, because 2-player games have spiked a lot recently.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like with our Star Wars sessions, I matched in Timber Town and every other game, 2-player game we were playing. I rebought it this year and in the presence of like, yes, 2-player games are back. I'm going to get a player to come back. It still hasn't come to the table. It's just so difficult because again, you probably need a Star Wars fan, and 2, you need someone who's going to be in it to win it. Like go all in because it's a long game at the end of the day. It is worth it though at the end of the day. But the problem is, it's like Jason said, do I play one 2-player game for 3 hours or do I play, 3 games in 3 hours,
Exactly.
So you need that player to be dedicated as well to be that fan of Star Wars, to like it as well as enough as yourself. But yeah, it's a shame that I had it, got rid of it. I've got it again and it still doesn't come to the table. I was hoping for more of a, better time getting it there, but I do still love it. I will keep it because I will still try and do that little push to see if I can get it to the table or not. But yeah, Star Wars Rebellion is number 3 for me.
Well, I'm going to give you my pledge and say if we can arrange at some point a decent game, I'll say day, because I think an evening is probably not enough.
No. That'd be that one game then.
So yeah, we would, if we can get a decent day where we're both free and we can do some, a decent amount of gaming, then I will say, and it's just going to be the 2 of us, then I would say 100% I want to play that game.
You heard it here first.
So it's there, it's on film, it's on audio, all sorts of evidence. But yeah, it's finding that time where we're both that free for that long. And, I think it's likely to be a weekend where we're both off and, there's no family commitments and things like that. So.
I mean, if the game was shorter, I think it would come to the table quite a bit, but it's just that because it's that big of a game. It's just, and I can understand why. But yeah, thank you for giving. I know you wanted to play. You saw it. I bought it, and you said you was intrigued to play anyway. But again, I didn't want to force you if you were like, you've got to.
The problem that I find with us playing 2-player games is actually it's usually a last minute thing. Like, there was 3 of us on the game night, but one person's bailed. Yeah. At which point, well, it's kind of a bit late notice. It would have been fine if we'd planned this a bit more, because then the game could have been set up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And much the same as other times that we game together, where it is just always only going to be the 2 of us, but it will usually be Ant and bored. Oh, okay, yeah, come over and we'll play games.
Like I say, you got to be in the right frame of mind for it.
Exactly. At which point it's last minute, the game's not set up, you haven't relearned the rules, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it is difficult. But yeah, we need to plan in a dedicated 2-player day, and we'll play some of the more in-depth games.
I'm all for it.
Say in-depth. It's not really an in-depth game.
No, it's just because it's a long game. It's all. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 3.
Nice. 2. So we're going to go on to number 2s now, and I'm going to stick with the theme of too long.
Oh, okay.
And this one is also a game that we have been talking about a lot more recently, talking about getting to the table again recently, spurred on by, I believe it is now ended, crowdfunding campaign, which is Ark Nova. Now, why do I struggle to get Ark Nova to the table? And do I actually struggle to get Ark Nova to the table? Yes, I do. It's been, I worked it out the other day, 11 months since we last played Ark Nova.
Really?
It has.
Wow, okay.
And I, quite frankly, I've taken it along to game days. I've taken it along to game nights. I've suggested it on nights that we're playing games here. And every time it's never been chosen, and it's purely down to the length of the game. It is. I know people will argue with me and what have you, but from my experience, most games of Ark Nova tend to take 3+ hours. And it's normally, I'm just going to say this now, if it's a couple of players that have played it before, or even 3 players that have all played it before, have played it a lot, and know the game inside and out, yes, you can do it quickly. Most of the time, we've got at least one new player. Or we've got a player who's got analysis paralysis. Or we've got a player, and so on and so forth. It's a game that has a lot of hindrances in its way of being a quicker game. So for those reasons, I struggle to get it to the table. People just aren't prepared now to commit that amount of time to playing Ark Nova. Again, they want to play multiple games that are an hour long. People just want a wide range of games to play, and I guess it's kind of the curse of me. People know the collection. They know I've got a wide variety of games, which therefore means when they play games with me, they want to play as many games as possible, because when they play with their other group of friends who have only got 5 games, they already know what games they're going to be playing, so they get a chance to play something they've never played before with me. And that's a bit of a pain, and it annoys me a little bit, really, when it comes to Ark Nova, because I love that game. It's another one of my top 5 games
favorites,
of all time. And I really struggled to get it to the table, and I can't see any other reason other than it's too damn long. And yeah, that has to be in my list.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those ones where when it does come to the table, even though I've played it multiple times, I forget how to do the card placement, turn right, because it's a very different and unique system to the game and stuff. I also think it's one where you've got to be in the right frame of mind for the theme of it as well,
100%.
Because not everyone is a zoo lover or wants to build their own zoo, or a nature lover, if you will, sort of thing. I mean, we didn't like Wingspan when it first came out, but gave it a try, and we all like it. And I think it's the same attitude if people haven't played Ark Nova before. So I don't want to build a zoo. It's like, I don't want to get into it. Don't care about zoos. But if you've played it, then you know what all the hype is about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those games where I love Ark Nova. I mean, I don't own it, but I would happily play it anytime. But like you said, I think setups are a factor to it. I think it's reminding people the rules and stuff. You've got multiple cards, multiple expansions for it and everything as well. So those are new rules you've got to take into place as well and tell people and stuff. So yeah, I know I always struggle with, is it the scientist cards in that game, or sponsors in that card in that game?
Yeah, there's loads.
See, because there's so much going on in that game that I think that part is the part that puts me off, like, because I forget about that part of it. But I think that's probably another factor. But it's a great game. I do miss playing it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a shame that it doesn't come to the table enough that it should do, really.
Yeah. And this one is a rarity, actually, on this list, and I'm guessing with your list as well, where I do still own Ark Nova.
Yeah.
I've been on and off of that crowdfunding campaign more times than I care to admit, and put in the upgrades into the cart, clicked pledge, and then had to take it back out, and then did the same again, then took it back out, and then put the same again. And every time the problem was it got into my head, it's like, no, you don't need to spend this money on this game because it doesn't come to the table. This is a very, very expensive upgrade for a really good game that, yes, when you get all this swanky stuff, you will undoubtedly get it back to the table because you'll want to show off the swanky new stuff, and then it will go away again and it will start gathering dust on the shelf of shame, and it will stay there. Because the problem is, when you start incorporating all that stuff, you're then adding setup time to Ark Nova, which is another stumbling block.
Yeah.
Is if you add in an excessive setup time, or in that case, you will be because if you get the all singing, all dancing one with the different exhibits, 3D exhibits, now I've got to search for those.
Yeah.
When someone builds something. So you're adding in extra barriers with Ark Nova going for that 3D version. I'm really happy they've done it. I think there's some people out there that clearly have a lot more money than I do.
Or table space.
And table space. But yeah, I'm happy to say that I have managed to resist the urge of spending that money. Probably because I knew Distilled was coming out, as well as some other...
Which I think is more worth it.
Yeah, I love Distilled. But yes, Art Nova.
It's a good pick, sir.
I was really, really trying not to put it on this list because I didn't want to admit that I haven't played Art Nova in that long.
No, I'm surprised it made the list, honestly.
Yeah, and it's because I struggled to get it to the table.
I'm sure we'll get it back, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 2 is... I'm going to cheat.
Okay, that's fine. I've cheated once.
I'm technically going to put the franchise in and not a specific one in there, okay? So it's not really a cheat, it's a game, but I'm going to pick all of them instead of the one of them.
Right.
Nemesis.
Okay, I'm just going to say it now. It's not my number 1, but when we started this, it was on my list.
There you go, see?
So I took it off this list.
But I'm going to be surprised if it's for the same reasons I'm going to put on there.
I took it off this list while we were talking.
Because you knew I was going to put it?
It's not actually. It's because, there was something else that came into my mind. But yeah, it was on there and it was going to remain as an honourable mention. But yes, Nemesis was on my list.
Nice. It's weird how I was going to have one on yours and yours was going to be on. Right, anyway, so the Nemesis franchise, so not just Nemesis 1, Lockdown, or Retaliation, literally all 3 of them, for the same 3 reasons. A, half an hour setup if you do it properly.
100%, yeah.
Rules that are way too many rules for a game that could be, put down so much easier, or just have a sheet that helps you out with it more.
Can I just interject one thing here with regards to the rules? I messaged you on Monday because someone was playing Retaliation
at the
Game Club, and you mentioned about the rulebook. I went and checked out said rulebook. And I can confirm, having now seen all 3 Nemesis games with rulebooks, I really thought they would have learnt how to write a rulebook properly by now. I'm sorry.
Awaken Realms, sort it out.
Yeah. For God's sake, give your rulebooks to someone who actually has a clue how to write a rulebook properly.
Exactly.
They are atrocious.
It is.
That's me burning bridges with Awaken Realms right there.
Absolutely. Both of us. I mean, we love these games, but Awaken Realms, please sort out please sort out them out. The components, there is too many for what they should be. The characters, the minis, it is way too much for something that could be a lot simpler. But because of the theme itself is why I love these games, and they do bring the experience that I want from these games. But it is the sheer, I literally have just received Nemesis Retaliation, and I really cannot be bothered to go through that instruction box right now. I've learned 2 other new games that came out, but I don't want to go through the ball ache of reading Nemesis
weird,
Retaliation.
It's one game that right? We would get to the table straight away.
Exactly. But it's the put off of that's the whole, So between Nemesis and Nemesis Lockdown, there wasn't too much of a difference, but this one, the third one, has gone all out and been completely different now, isn't it? Totally different. So it is too long as well for what it is.
Yeah.
And by the time I get halfway through the game, I'm kind of I'm burnt out by what it is, but you still kind of had to continue and stuff. But all 3 have done that. And they've not learned from the other ones. It's they're just like real life movie sequels, if you will. But I'm going to talk about expansion side as well. So I went all out for Nemesis 1 and Nemesis Lockdown, including expansions and stuff. We had maybe a couple of experiences with the core boxes of them, but none of the expansions ever came to the table because people were burnt out just by the core box version. Nemesis Retaliation has given me some stretch goals that, again, I didn't order, but they came with my pledge. They're never going to come to the table.
No.
It's like a whole new alien race and everything. It's okay, fine. But I don't have players that are willing to be dedicated enough to play this game more than 5 times, if you will. I remember when I got Nemesis 1, I played it with the guys from Board Stupid. Thank you guys for introducing it to me. And I was so hyped for it. I got my game. I bought it, super expensive on eBay. I got my friends into it. I was hyping up so much. And when they finished playing, they were like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's too much for the game it is at the time. And I do love how how Awaken Realms go all out for it and stuff, but there's way too much stuff there that needs to be. I believe, again, I haven't read it, but I've heard what people have reviewed about the instruction booklet, that the booklet mentions certain things in it, but they can't find in the book what that specific calling or saying is and stuff. So again, it's just confusion with what you can do, what you can't do. And I can't wait to play, don't get me wrong, but I'm in no rush to get this to the table anytime soon, because I'm frustrated with just the sheer fact of that instruction booklet at the moment and the setup alone.
Yeah.
So I had to mention Nemesis franchise.
And that's the problem, isn't it? Is, you know, you're saying that you're still excited to play it, but the not wanting to learn the game, and I know this because it's how a lot of my games ended up getting sold. It's like, oh, I'll learn it later. I'll learn it later.
Yeah.
I'll learn it later. Oh, well, that game's never seeing the table. Oh, I've sold it.
And that's it.
You know, and it'll just get to that point where it will just sit there, and then it just goes.
Yeah.
It's gone because, I've not got the passion for it anymore, and it just goes.
Yeah.
And, like I said, this game was on my list as well. Somewhat of a jokey thing as well, because obviously this is one of the 2 games that James owns.
Yep.
It's the original Nemesis. I still love that game. We usually play it maybe once a year.
If that.
We haven't played it this year. I don't actually remember playing it last year.
I don't
think we did. I think the last time we played Nemesis, I know James has played it since, but the last time I played it was when we played Lockdown.
Yeah. I did ask if we could play James's copy recently because I wanted to get back into Retaliation coming and stuff.
Yeah.
But we never got it to, and I can't remember why. Maybe it was literally for the reasons what I said, because people aren't prepared to go back into that and that depth of rules and everything. And
again, like you said, the setup of it is a bit of a pain.
Oh my God,
it's a
it is.
half an hour game, which is the problem. If James is the one that owns the game, right? We never play games at James's house.
Yeah.
So he has to come here to set it up, or yours.
Yeah.
Which means we're spending half an hour just sat around while James sets up the table. It's probably going to be longer than half an hour because, you know, we're friends. We're going to talk while he's doing it, which is going to extend that time.
Yeah.
It is. It's a pain.
And like I said,
it's a real pain.
And like I said, because the game isn't a short game either. You say, but whilst you're watching someone set up and playing it, you're kind of burnt out halfway through. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to keep doing this now.
We probably make that worse because of obviously the way we play, we like to sabotage each other.
No, true,
when we shouldn't be sabotaging each other. But the game is long enough as it is.
Yeah.
And I would agree. After a couple of hours, it's like, this needs to be done now. And then an hour after that, you're still like, are we still going?
Yeah.
How is this game still going? It's too long. It's too much of a pain to set up. And it doesn't have the reward at the end of it that you think it's going to have.
No, this is it.
So
it's a lot for nothing sometimes. And I should have really learnt my lesson because I bought the other 2 and the same experience happened. They got played, they sat on the shelf for a year, got rid of them. Retaliation is probably going to do the same thing, but...
Retaliation, I sort of understood because there was a drastic change in the game.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you sort of had that light bulb in your head. It's like, oh my God, they've listened, they've learned, they've done something new, and then it's turned up and be like, it's new,
but you can't see where you're going.
Same issues as you had before. What?
Yeah, 100%. So, but we'll see. We will get it there eventually. It's just the fact that I don't have the enthusiasm to go in all in around. I'm sure I will at some point, but it's weird how a game or a franchise that I really do love and adore is not giving me that oomph to get it to the table.
Yeah.
So it's why it had to be quite high on the list.
Nice. So we are going on to our number ones. Now I've got a few games that I can choose from here, and I am struggling to choose. I'll keep some of them as obviously honourable mentions, but one of them I actually decided to add to this list a little bit earlier. So we're going to stick with that one, I think. And again, it's another one of my favourite games of all time. It is It's a game that I know that all of us would play. It's a game that is not that hard to set up. It's a game that isn't that long to play. But because of the...
Why won't it come to the table then, Jason?
Because of the amount of stuff I've got and the amount of other games that we've got, this game just isn't... It's not top-level games that, you know, everyone wants to play.
I'm intrigued.
It's people that want to play it because they love the franchise. They love the IP attached to it. And it's a game I haven't talked about on the channel for a long time. It is Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid.
Yeah.
Now,
Great game.
I used to talk about this on the show all the time. I haven't for a long time because I know people probably got fed up with it. But yeah, for all the reasons I've already mentioned, it's a game that doesn't see the table. That game hasn't been played by me in over 2 years.
Wow.
It's been
longer for me then, if that's the case.
ages since I last played this game. I love it. I went all in on the very first Kickstarter that they did, which was stupid because I only care about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which are the ones that come in the core box. So I could have just done that, but, you know, I'm an idiot. So I wanted the extra villains, to be fair. But yeah, it's not a pain to set up. It's actually quite simple. I've got a decent amount of characters that people can choose from. If they do like Power Rangers from other series, they can play those.
See, you got the options.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. But it's a pretty basic cooperative dice rolling game. And people just aren't interested.
And I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why we've not played this in 2-3 years.
No,
I mean,
no.
In all fairness, I kind of get why, but why haven't we?
Yeah.
I love this game. I really do. Yeah. And again, it's not just because I'm a fan of the franchise. The game itself is actually pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen, Jason.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It does make you wonder. But yeah, it's a game no matter how hard I try, we just can't get it to the table. There's always something that gets in the way. It'll normally be, you know, this is very much a us problem, but it'll be, I really want to play this, but we've got to play this game, you know, because we need to talk about it or whatever, or I'm doing a video on it, or you know, Do you
think every player needs to be a fan of Power Rangers to play it though?
I think
because if you're not, you're like, what am I getting into?
Yeah, I'd 100%. If you don't know the franchise, the IP, you're not really going to be. It's a good game. It's a well constructed game, but it's not a game that works without the IP.
Yeah.
Attached to it, and you have to know that IP because then it gives you that nostalgic kick. You can put yourself in the mind of the character, and you know, it's like, yes, I am the goddamn Green Ranger, and this is Rita Repulsa, and me punching her in the face, you know, and her having really poorly dubbed lines, and you know, people having to do.
It's like you can't do the game without any sort of sound effects.
Exactly.
Like every time we get gold, I'm King Goldo.
Kill the Power Rangers.
I know, it's so good. But the minis are great as well. And if you get them painted, they're even better. The board's circular as well, isn't it? Yeah,
tiny little board, yeah.
Of Angel Grove and everything. It's like, yeah, it's great. I know you've got a over an abundance of the villains and stuff.
Yeah, I've got a decent amount of villains in it. Yeah. A lot of replay value in there. We've had a decent amount of play value out of it, so please don't misunderstand me in saying that I've never played that game, because I have. We played a lot of that game over the years, but in recent years, there's been other games. I've got a bigger collection. There's more games for people to choose from. You've got a big collection.
Yeah.
So we're having to split our game nights between playing your games and my games. You know, it's even worse when James decides to rock up with his 2 games, and we're like, which collection do we play from today?
First.
And yeah, of course, we've had new people coming into our game club. We've obviously had Stephen from Tabletop Games. He comes in. He's got his own collection.
He's got his
We've got so many
him,
games in circulation that games like Heroes of the Grid, which have now been out for years. You know, they're bordering on classics, for God's sake. They're that old.
Is it a long game?
Not really. I mean, it's it has the potential bit. It's not a very short game, but it's also not long.
I honestly don't remember.
Probably about 2 hours, I would say. Which I'm going to say it as well. I think that is a bit too long, but you can alter stuff to make it a bit quicker if you wanted to.
Yeah. Plus rule reset and everything.
Exactly. And, there's a lot of luck factor in it as well. So that does, it could be a really short game if you don't do very well.
Die quickly, yeah.
But if you do really well and manage to just keep going, keep churning, it's like playing Dark Souls on the computer.
Use the Dark Souls reference. Check him out.
You just, it's a grind.
Yes.
That game is a grind, much the same as it was in the TV series and in the comics. It was all about the grind. The Power Rangers never won on the first time. They'd sort of, the monster would come down, they'd start stomping stuff. The Power Rangers would turn up, they'd hit a few putties in the face. The monster would go, "Ah!" and run away. But then he'd come back, and they never actually won until the end, at which point the battles escalated, and we've got massive monster that's
Zords and
has grown up because she threw her staff down from the moon. It hit the ground, and somehow she got it back.
We never knew how she got it back.
So many inconsistencies in that show. It's ridiculous.
You never thought of it at the time, did you?
But it was so cool.
It was cool.
It's one of them games. Unfortunately, I think it's had its day, which is why I struggled to get it to the table. I still love it. I know I still love it. I painted all the miniatures, and they look so... I'm sorry, I don't big my own painting up very much.
No, they are pretty cool.
So good.
Yeah. Again, it's a game built on nostalgia. New fans of it won't come to it enough, but it is a good enough game. I don't know why it doesn't get enough love. Honestly, I kind of miss it. Yeah. I would love to play it again.
That is a game that it requires me to go above everyone's heads. On a night that we've got people coming over the games. And when people are, what games are we going to be playing tonight? I'm just going to be like, I'll figure something and put it on the table. And it'll just be set up when people arrive. And they'll be like, right, you're here now, too late.
Yeah.
It's set up, play the damn game. We'll play this and then we'll play something else.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
And that's what it needs. It requires me to do it. Sometimes I can't do that. But I think eventually we're going to have to. We are going to have to. But yeah, that's it. Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid is my number one.
Such a good pick.
Always number one on my list.
I'm interested to know what the other picks were now, but hopefully I'll honourable mention in a minute.
All right, let's go. What is your number one, Anthony?
I don't know if people are ready for this because I know you're not going to have the same enthusiasm as I did for your number one. But my number one is a franchise I absolutely adore. I do not own any of it because, again, it never came to the table when I did buy them. But it is a franchise I love, everyone hates. Simon's Zombicide franchise. So I'm not picking one in particular. I'm picking the franchise itself. I absolutely love every single incantation of Zombicide, whether it's Marvel, whether it's Aliens, whether it's Western, whether it's the Great Wall with Ninja Turtles thrown into it or something. It is such a good game. I think it's one of those ones where they're not the cheapest of games. I think £70 to £80 per core box, but with Simon, you've got the miniatures, you get bang for your buck, you've got all these scenarios that will last you a while, and it's like, you've seen their Kickstarters. It is a stupid amount of plastic thrown in and whatnot, which doesn't need to be done, but the fact is you get what you pay for with it. And I don't know why people hate this franchise so much. It's a great game. It's simply like, with your characters, get through hordes of zombies to do certain objectives, make it back. And I just think it's because it's probably maybe Simon has brought it out too many different times. Yeah. And people are like, oh, this again, or this again. And it doesn't need that. It's a shame that it's done that because I think it should deserve more love than it does get. But the problem is that when I bring it to the table, we do a couple scenarios and then it never comes back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've probably done 2 Kickstarters of this, which was the Night of the Living Dead version of it and Zombicide Invader, which is basically Nemesis with Zombicide. And I just do not know why people play it or want to play it, because every time I get it to the table, I probably have 1 out of the 5 players really enthusiastic apart from me to play it. I just don't know why people hate it so much. It's a really good game, and I know there's Zombicide fans out there because it is the biggest franchise that board game history has at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, Asmodee just bought it off of CMON.
I was going to say that was going to be my first comment on it. Is obviously with Call Me Not's issues recently, like Zombicide was one of the first to go.
Yeah,
and
that's their biggest one ever.
Yeah,
so I would love to know how much Asmodee paid for that.
Yeah, yeah. And to be honest, I think it's had the Marvel effect, hasn't it?
It has had a Marvel version of it.
Where
Marvel Zombies,
but like the Marvel effect of again, really?
Yeah.
Do we need that again? Isn't that cash cow out of cash now? Like,
yeah, totally.
Come on, you've milked it dry and it's puffing out steam. You know, it's one of those. I think they just did too much, too frequently, because it was like every year.
It used to be,
there was something new, and it was like, oh, come on, guys, there's a bit of innovation now. Come on, because all the games felt the same. They all had something.
They all had something slightly different, but they were essentially the same. You are quite right, yes. But
I mean, the last one I played the Marvel one, which wasn't too bad, but
it's pretty good.
It was like you couldn't take. I mean, that really was taking two different cash cows and making a cash cow baby. Like that's exactly what it was.
Two IPs got together and made a baby.
Exactly. But yeah, it's a shame because again, I don't actually have a problem with Zombicide. No? I quite like it. It's not a bad game.
I feel like if I'm
Project Elite was better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Yeah. That's CMON again as well.
Yeah. I mean, they did.
That'd be one I should bring back. Yes, that's true. Yes, you're right.
Because you had the Artipia Games, which was the original, and it was. I can't really say what it was on a family-friendly show, but it was utter production. But obviously, Call Me or Not brought us out a good version of that, and it was very, very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zombicide is a rarity when it comes to Call Me or Not, because I have to say it's one of the few games they've made where the rules are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The game has some substance to it. I can't remember what I said it was. I said it on something recently. Or it might be a video that's coming out soon. I've lost track now because I've been recording so many. But I mentioned Call Me or Not, and their IP stuff, or just their games in general, tend to be a bit rubbish. It's all about production. Yeah. But that one, Zombicide, was something that was different. It was a good game. It was a solid game. The rulebook was actually pretty damn good.
And the scenario is actually really good as well.
And yeah, it just had the full package. I just think they pushed it. They pushed it too far, and they lost the support for it. Because you get the fanboys for it, but they were wanting everything. But then it was like, oh, they're delivering the new Zombicide, and before it's even delivered, I was like, oh, guess what? There's a new Zombicide, and it's another £1,000 because you have to have everything for that game. You know what I mean?
I think it's one of those ones where I'll be interested to see what Asmodee do with it, whether they just remake all the old ones that have been out, or if they actually do something new. But I feel like with Zombicide, it's one of those ones where if I wore a Zombicide t-shirt to Expo and just walked around with that on,
you'd get hatred.
I would get either hatred or dirty looks or something about it. Or if I sat down with Bored Stupid and said, what are we playing tonight? Oh, we're going to play Zombicide. They'll probably be like, ugh. You know, I really do not know why people hate this game that much.
It could be anyone, not just Bored Stupid.
Not just Bored Stupid. Sorry, I'm not just pulling it out. But I'm just saying, as an example, that's probably the reaction I would get to a majority of pro gamers out there now. And I just don't think it deserves the hatred it gets. Yes, okay, it's been out a multiple amount of times, and there is a lot of content if you can find out there, but I don't think it deserves that hatred. I would love to play more Zombicide if I could. I don't own any of it, but I don't know anyone. You said you might have interest, but I don't know anyone else that would jump at the chance to play Zombicide anytime soon.
I don't know anyone who owns it anymore.
This is what I'm saying.
It's like, that amount of plastic has got to be out there somewhere.
Exactly. There is out there somewhere, and I think there's probably people out there that aren't admitting their love for Zombicide.
Yeah. Hiding it.
Yeah.
Hiding it. They're being the Kallax cubes, but, you know, inside the boxes.
Yeah.
Rather than actually on display.
That's it.
We know
behind the other boxes.
We know who you are.
Yeah.
We know your game.
Get it out. Get the dust off it. But yeah, Zombicide, my number one, had to put on there.
Very nice, sir. Very nice. So some interesting games there. Some interesting reasons as to why these games don't come to the table as well.
Yeah, I tried to make it a different one every time. I think a couple were about setup, but it wasn't initially just about the setup of those ones.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So have you got any honourable mentions, or was that...
I've only got 2.
Okay, go on.
I have Dinosaur World by Pandasaurus.
Yes, yeah. Interesting, because they've just released a new
There we
crowdfunding,
go.
haven't they?
Yeah, but that's for Dinosaur Island. But Dinosaur World, I prefer more, because I do love the G-Pool side to it. But anyway, it's a game where it started off big when it came out. Just hasn't come to the table ever since.
Yeah.
No one has ever gone, do you know what? I really enjoyed that game. Let's get it to the table again. So
it's almost as if they only released that on the success of Dinosaur Island.
Plus, you had the raw and right Dinosaur World, which again is easier and accessible for people. So I think more people play that version than actual Dinosaur World. But that's one I think I would love to get to the table. It's a game I absolutely adore, but it should come to the table. And one more, going with your Power Rangers nostalgia factor, mine is He-Man Clash for Eternia.
Okay.
Again, big nostalgia factor to it. Seen one again, kind of like Zombie Side with He-Man, but not as quite. But again, another one that was big at the time when we first got hold of it.
Yep.
We played a lot of it. We've done a review of it. Go back and listen to the episode if you want. Hasn't come to the table ever since.
Yep. So that is actually one of my honourable
Is it really?
mentions, is that one. Because I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, it's a great game.
I'd love
It's
to
a great
play it
game.
again. It's been on my mind a lot recently. And I don't know if you even still own it.
I do. Yeah, still own it. Just
I had
they're
it in
collecting
my
dust.
mind the other day as there's a new Masters of the Universe movie coming out. I guarantee we're going to be playing that game again soon.
Yeah. Shout.
But that is a game I really want to play. But again, it's a bit of a pain to set up.
Yeah, it is.
Which is a shame. Because you've got to figure out the scenario, then you've got to
All the pieces
set up
for the
those
battleground,
scenarios in
yeah.
the different battlegrounds, and then you pick your characters, and you've got to learn how to play the game again, and all that. It's a bit of a pain. So that's a game that I wanted to mention. I want to mention Scythe, my copy of Scythe, more to the point.
That was nearly going to go on my list as well, Scythe.
And the reason that one is, one, people have sort of are over Scythe now. But also the ones that aren't over Scythe and the ones that would want to play Scythe, I don't have all the expansions for it.
Okay.
I have the original core box. I've tricked out my core box. I don't want any more than that. But the problem is people don't want to play with just the core box. They want to play, I'm used to playing with this faction that's from obscure expansion number 73. And, I'm not interested in upgrading my copy. You want to do that? Be my guest. Go and do it. Go and buy all the stuff. We'll play your copy and I'll sell mine. No problem. That never happens. But so Scythe is one that I really want to play. I really enjoy Scythe. We never get it to the table.
Yeah, good shout.
This one was an interesting one, actually, and I handed it right at the last minute, actually, which was Tales to Amaze, which is the unmatched co-op
Which we've only
game,
played once.
which we have played once.
Yes, good shout.
In the entire time we've had it. We were so excited for this game.
Definitely.
I've backed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, which is the next Tales to Amaze.
Come on.
And that will be coming at some point in the next few months. And I'm sitting here like, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so we'll probably get more than one play out of it.
But no, we need to get Tales to Amaze back up there.
Is it
Yeah.
suffer the same bit? And why does Tales to Amaze not come to the table? Well,
I think because we went to Essen and then you had another edition of Unmatched come out. And then we went to Expo and another edition of Thingy came out. So I think it kind of got sidetracked by the other ones.
So I put it down as the reason it doesn't come to the table is when we want to play Unmatched, which we quite often like playing Unmatched, we play normal Unmatched.
Yeah, it's just on two of us, isn't it?
And it plays differently. It's not the same. There's different rules to it. So you have to relearn it. Which, when you're playing Unmatched, you just want a quick, short, sharp game. Short, sharp game of Unmatched. That's not what Tales to Amaze is. So that's why I don't think it comes to the table. But, god damn, we need to get it back to the table.
I would love to play that again.
Because that is a really good game.
It is.
Very,
Minis
very
and that
good
are
game.
spectacular.
And then my final one that I was going to mention was actually just a genre of games, which is roll and write games.
Yeah,
I really enjoy roll and write games. Not many people do.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult for me to get any of my roll and writes to the table. The only one that saw a decent level of play was Gangshun Clever. And that's because everyone loved playing it.
Yeah.
But
Quick and easy, isn't
every
it?
other roll and write I've had, I really struggled to get it to the table.
What was the male one we played recently? It's the Japanese bot game.
Oh, the news
Newsboys or something.
Newsboys. I
Yeah,
think it's
something like that.
called,
That was interesting, Roland, right?
Yeah. Again, I've taken that to Game Club every week for the past 7 weeks. Not played one.
No?
Played once. It's been on the table every time. Nobody's interested.
I'll be honest, they're not my roll and writes aren't my go-to.
No.
I will give them a try because again, Meeple Mind, it says try everything once.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no to him, but I think, like you said, you want more than just the 2 players playing it to get people involved in it.
No, another perfect example would be, I believe, was my number 1 game of the year last year, which was Draft and Write Records.
Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Not played it once this year.
I haven't played it since we played it. Then, if that's the case.
Nope. So that's.
But in all fairness, didn't Steve have your copy for a while?
Not for that long.
No. Okay.
Not for that long. So yeah, I haven't played that for a while. Again, it's a roll and write. It's really good roll and write. I'd love it. Still maintain it's one of my favourite games from last year. Other games, it's just a general thing that people say, I really want to play that, but they never do.
Yeah.
Don't know why on some of these games, but the ones I picked specifically for the lists were the ones that I could see what the reasons were. So, yeah.
Good shout.
That's all the ones I'm going to mention this time. So, I mean, we could redo this list in...
Oh, totally. There could be another
6 months.
complete 5 years.
You could do this list in every 6 months, and every 6 months there'd probably be 5 new games for each of us. It's not something we're going to do, but...
And this is the issue with the everlasting collection growing. You buy new and the old goes down and sits on the ball of shame for a year or two, whatnot.
Exactly.
And I always had this philosophy now: if it doesn't get played in the year, I just sell it because it's got to sit there for another year and another year and another year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the end of it, I guess.
Yeah.
We can head off, and I can maybe teach you Dot if we've got enough time. I don't even know what time it is. But
before we go, what are your top 5 games that you absolutely love but has struggled to get to the table? Leave a comment below. Let us know. Obviously, give us a like, a share, and a subscribe at the same time.
That's it. He's the man. He tells you what to do. You go do it.
Go do it, and you'll love it.
On that note, thank you very much for joining us. My name has been Jason.
I've been Ant.
And you have been watching or listening to the Meeple Minded podcast. Join us next time for more tabletop gaming goodness. Ta-ta and goodbye.